All right, so ready to dive in. Today we're tackling back pain. And get this, our secret weapon is something called the Waff. Waff. I know, right?
That's
Sounds
right.
kind of funny. But stick with me. We've got all these Waff Docs articles and guides and stuff all about this fitness and wellness tool. And apparently it can really help with back pain. And the Waff comes in different sizes, which is cool. But before we go there, let's focus on you, the listener. You're dealing with back pain and you're looking for relief, right?
Exactly. And what's great about the WAF is it doesn't have to be about these crazy workouts or anything like that. You can actually just work it into your everyday life.
Wait, so you're saying I could ease my back pain just by going about my day? How does that even work?
Well, for back pain, there are two sizes that are particularly helpful, the Waff Mini and the Waff Max.
Okay, let's start with the mini. I read that you can use it while sitting. I'm intrigued, but how does that even help with back pain?
So it's not just sitting. The way the Waff Mini is designed, it's a little unstable, and that instability actually makes your core muscles work to keep you balanced and sitting up straight.
So it's like sneaky core workout while I'm just sitting there.
Yeah, you could say that. And those core muscles, they're crucial for supporting your spine, which of course helps with back pain. One of the articles put it this way. When sitting on the WAF, the body has to make constant minor corrections to maintain balance. These minute corrections keep the spine aligned and the brain active as it is communicating these minor adjustments to the muscles.
Okay, but am I going to be like wobbling all over the place, trying not to fall off my chair?
No, no, no. It's super subtle. The adjustments your body makes are really small. You won't even notice them. It's more about preventing stiffness and encouraging, natural movement, which is actually good for your back.
So it's like my back is getting a little massage all day just from sitting.
Kinda, yeah. And there was an article about how if you sit with your hips a little higher than your knees, it can really help with lower back pain specifically.
Well, that's interesting. I'm hunched over my computer all day, so that's definitely relevant to me. Now, what about the Waff Max? Is that for sitting too?
Not really. The max is more about relaxation and stress reduction, like unwinding and releasing muscle tension, especially in your back.
Hmm, okay. But how does relaxation help with back pain?
Well, have you noticed that when you're stressed, your back tends to tense up?
Oh, yeah, for sure. My shoulders are basically permanently tense.
Right. So the WAF Max, it gives you this deeply relaxing experience. Lots of people describe it as a floating sensation.
Floating. Is it like one of those sensory deprivation tanks?
Haha, no, not that extreme.
Yeah.
But it does feel like you're being enveloped and supported, really therapeutic.
Okay, interesting. So
Yeah.
the Mini is about subtle activation throughout the day, and the Max is more about dedicated relaxation time.
Yeah, exactly. And both can be super helpful for back pain.
This is all fascinating. I remember reading something in the Waff Docs about an electromagnetic body. It seemed to tie into relaxation and pain relief. What's that all about?
Oh, yeah. There's a great testimonial from Dr. Nadine Schuster where she talks about feeling this release of tension and even her electromagnetic body was expanding while she was using the WAF Max.
Electromagnetic body, that's a new one? What does that even mean?
It's a way of understanding the body's electrical signals. Your heartbeat, your muscles, it's all driven by electricity.
Right, but what does that have to do with the WAF and relaxation?
When you relax deeply, your body's electrical activity changes in a good way.
So it's like shifting to a more chill state.
Exactly. And this shift, it seems to affect everything. Your nervous system, your immune system, everything.
Wait, are you saying that relaxing on this WAF thing could boost my immune system?
It's not that simple, but yeah, research on deep relaxation is really interesting.
This is blowing my mind. So using the WAF Max isn't just about feeling good, it's about like a whole system reboot.
Exactly. It's like tapping into your body's natural healing abilities.
Wow, this is a lot to process. We'll need to come back to this electromagnetic body thing in a bit.
So that electromagnetic body thing, it's kind of wild, right? It's more than just our physical bodies. It's this whole energy system, too.
Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Like, do we have superpowers or something?
Not exactly superpowers, but it's all about the electricity in our bodies. Every heartbeat, every nerve signal, it all creates these electrical and magnetic fields.
Okay, so it's not like some weird force field. It's just our bodies being electric.
Exactly. And all those electrical signals, they're not just happening randomly, they're all connected like a network, influencing everything from our physical sensations to our emotions.
So electromagnetic body just means all that electrical activity put together.
Yeah, pretty much. And the thing is, it's always changing, depending on what's going on around us, what we're thinking, feeling, even what we're doing physically.
So like if the WAF Max makes me super relaxed, That would change my electromagnetic activity too.
Exactly. Things like meditation and floating, they've been shown to affect things like heart rate variability and brainwave patterns, which are all reflections of our electromagnetic activity.
And those things, heart rate and brain waves, they're connected to stress, sleep, even pain. So if the Waff Max can help with those things, it makes sense it could help with back pain too.
Right, it's all connected. It's like creating a ripple effect of good stuff throughout your whole system.
This is pretty mind-blowing. We're not just flesh and bones. We're like walking electrical system.
I know, it's pretty cool. And the WAF, it seems to tap into that energy somehow.
But if this electromagnetic body is so important, why don't we hear more about it? Like, why isn't it part of mainstream health and wellness stuff?
That's a good question. Maybe because we tend to focus on treating specific symptoms instead of looking at the whole person, the whole system.
Like trying to fix a leaky faucet without realizing the whole plumbing system is messed up?
Perfect analogy. And the WAF, it reminds us that well-being is about the whole system, not
Mhm.
just fixing one little part.
Okay, so we've got the Mini for strength and posture, the Max for relaxation, and this electromagnetic body stuff.
Yeah.
But where does the Waff King fit in? I can't imagine sitting on a giant waff all day.
Yeah, the King's a little different. It's still about relaxation and well-being, but it's more for like therapy settings and specific uses. Maybe we could do a whole deep dive on the King sometime, but for today, let's stick with the stuff you can use every day for back pain.
Sounds good. One thing I found interesting in the WAF docs was how much they talked about making the WAF part of your routine. It's not like adding another chore to your day.
Yeah, it's about finding those little moments to use it at your desk, watching TV, whatever works for you.
Like a little reminder to take care of yourself without adding more stress.
Right. And what's cool is the WAF has so many different uses. So whether you need to strengthen your core with the Mini or relax and tap into your electromagnetic body with the Max, there's an option for you.
It's like choose your own adventure for well-being.
Exactly. And that's what I love about it. It lets people take control of their own health in a way that feels personal and doable.
Speaking of personal, I'm really curious about those testimonials. Real people who've used the WAF and seen the benefits.
Yeah, me too. It's always good to hear about real world experiences, especially with something like back pain, which can be so different for everyone.
So we talked about Nicholas, the executive, who found relief from stress with the WAF Max. There was another one that stuck with me from a woman named Michelle.
Michelle B., yeah. I think she was dealing with sleep problems after a really tough time in her life.
Yeah, and the WAF Max helped her finally get a good night's sleep. It sounds like it gave her comfort and a sense of security.
It's amazing how much relaxation can affect us emotionally. When things are tough, it's hard to shut off our minds and get good sleep. But the WAF Max seems to create this space where you can just let go of all that worry and really rest.
Like a hug for your nervous system. It makes me think about that electromagnetic body idea again. Maybe the WAF Max is helping to create a more balanced energy state, which then leads to better sleep and less pain.
It's definitely a possibility. It just shows how connected everything is, our bodies, our minds, our energy.
So we've heard from an athlete, a busy executive, and someone going through a really hard time. All different people, but they all found something helpful in the WAF.
And that's what's so cool about it. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution. There are different options, like the Mini and the Max, to fit what you need.
Right, it's about finding what works for you. And I love that message. It's empowering.
It is. It's about creating a wellness routine that feels right for you, not some strict program you have to follow.
I'm really starting to get intrigued by this WAF thing. The science is fascinating, the testimonials are inspiring, and the potential benefits are pretty amazing.
Me too. It just shows you that innovation can come from anywhere, and sometimes the simplest solutions are the best.
So for anyone listening who's dealing with back pain or just feeling stressed and overwhelmed, the WAF could be worth checking out.
Definitely. It's a good reminder that taking care of yourself doesn't have to be complicated. Just find what works for you and make it a part of your life.
And if you're looking for more info, the WAF docs seem like a great place to start. They've got articles on the different sizes, exercises, relaxation techniques, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's a great resource for anyone who wants to learn more.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to circle back to that electromagnetic body idea.
Oh yeah, that's definitely worth exploring more.
We talked about how the WAF Max can affect our electromagnetic energy through relaxation, but I wonder if there are other ways to tap into that side of ourselves.
That's a good question. Maybe something for a future deep dive. But for now, I think the takeaway is we're more than just our physical bodies. We have this energy system too, and it's a big part of our well-being.
So as we learn more about the WAF, let's keep that energy in mind. It adds a whole new layer to understanding how our bodies and minds work together.
Totally. And it opens up all sorts of possibilities for healing and feeling our best.
I think that's a great place to leave it for today. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of WAF. All right, so we've covered a lot about the science and stuff, but what about real people? What are they saying about the WAF?
Yeah, those testimonials are really interesting, especially with back pain. Everyone experiences it so differently.
Right. So remember Michelle, the one who had trouble sleeping,
Michelle B., yeah. She was having a rough time, dealing with some grief and everything.
and the WAF Max really helped her sleep. Like it
Yeah.
gave her a sense of peace.
It's amazing how powerful relaxation can be, especially emotionally. When you're going through something tough, it's hard to relax, hard to sleep. But the Waff Max seems to create that space for you.
Like a safe space
Hmm.
where you can just let go. And it makes me think about that whole electromagnetic body thing again.
Yeah.
Maybe the WAF Max is helping to balance that energy, and that's why people feel better, sleep better.
It's a cool idea, for sure. It all comes back to that connection between our minds, our bodies, and our energy.
So we've got the athlete, the executive, someone dealing with loss, all different situations, but they all got something positive from the WAF.
And that's what makes it so unique. It's not just one thing for everyone. You've got the Mini, the Max. You can find what works best for you.
Exactly. It's not about some rigid program. It's about giving you the tools to take care of yourself in your own way.
And that's what I love about it. It's empowering, you know?
I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with the WAF. The
Mhm.
science behind it, the stories people are sharing, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that good ideas can come from anywhere. And sometimes the simplest things are the most effective.
Definitely. So to anyone listening, if you're struggling with back pain or just feeling stressed out, maybe give the WAF a try.
Yeah, why not? Taking care of yourself doesn't have to be complicated. Just find what works for you.
And the WAF docs, they've got tons of info, different sizes, exercises, all that good stuff. Worth checking out.
It's a great place to start, for sure.
Now, before we go, I want to touch on one more thing. That electromagnetic body thing. It's kind of stuck with me.
Yeah, there's a lot more we could explore there.
We talked about relaxation, but I wonder, are there other ways to work with that energy?
Mhm.
Other ways to tap into that part of ourselves?
That's a good question. Something to think about, for sure. Maybe we'll do a whole deep dive on that sometime.
That would be cool. But for now, I think it's important to remember that we're more than just our physical bodies. We've got this whole energy system too,
Okay.
and it plays a big role in how we feel.
Absolutely. And the more we understand about it, the better we can take care of ourselves.
Well said. So that's it for this deep dive. Thanks for listening, and remember, there's always more to explore when it comes to your well-being.